Hey guys and girls, how's it going, and welcome back to another episode of Feed the Beast Infinity with myself, Lewis. Hope you're brilliant, having yourself a great day as always. I am currently getting myself a load of Botania flowers because I want to get started on Botania as soon as possible. It's one of those mods that does benefit from having a bit of an early start. You know, if you do a bit later on, it can take a little bit of time to get going, so we're gonna start on that today. But I've also got a few other things that I would like to get started today. I want to show you some bits from Draconic Evolution. Yes, I've gone and done a load of research on all the items in Draconic Evolution, and I have a pretty good understanding of how all of it works now. And my lord, we are going to be using that for our power storage. If you don't know what I'm talking about, like if you know what Draconic Evolution does, or you've looked into it, then you're going to know what I'm talking about. But if you've never seen Draconic Evolution in practice, you're going to be like, oh my lord. When you see this power storage, it's insane. I must admit, it's late game stuff. A lot of the stuff in Draconic Evolution is pretty late game, but it is really, really strong. Yep, that's about it. So I'm going to make my way back to base, and I'll see you there. I've also done a few bits around the place, so I'd like to show that off, but I'll see you in a moment. So let me show you what I've been working on between this and the last episode. A fairly decent amount. I want to keep, adding stuff as fast as I can between these episodes, but leaving some of the real good stuff to in the episodes. That's my plan. So I've got an Invar reinforced bow, but that's only the start. First thing is, I've made myself a jetpack. I have a hardened jetpack, a tier 2 jetpack, which is pretty cool. It allows me to fly around. I can push F to activate the engines and fly, and I added some multicolour stuff to it. Plus a bit of armour, which is nice. Can also push Z to add hover mode and whatnot, which is great. We use these in Agrarian Skies absolutely ages ago, but a lot of stuff has been added since then. This is where we're going to do all our Botania stuff, I think. Well, this is going to be the basis for it. Eventually, all the magical stuff's going to be done in its own Mistcraft age, where I can properly work on a world that's going to be all magical and stuff. It's going to be glorious. So there's that. I've also got a book here, which I'm thinking I might show you today. I don't know. We'll see. It's not ready yet. This guy's been working away. I've got 11 of those, which is nice. And if I take you downstairs, yes, there is now a downstairs. You're going to be amazed. So I've been working on a place to process all of my ores, and I wanted to keep it kind of nice and simple and cheap until I work on the Void Age, where we're going to have most of the mechanical stuff, which is pretty much all going to be done with applied energistics, because it, it fits the theme quite nicely, doesn't it? So we're going to go with that. But here we go. This is the processing room. Oh yeah. It took me ages to do this. It might not look like it, but I had to sink a lot of metal into this, because all of these laboratory blocks cost a fair bit of well, these actually cost the quartz, but some of the factory blocks need metal and whatnot, plus the machine. So I put quite a lot of resources into this, but it does work quite nicely. I also made myself one of these, a quadratic equation device, a QED from X Utilities, plus a few of the of these things, the Enderflux crystals, so that it works. I'll show you how this works in a mo, but for now, let me show you all the gubbins of this. So over here, we have a few chests. I'm going to change this around again, because I found something out in Draconic Evolution that pretty much renders this whole system useless, which kind of sucks, because it took me ages to do this. Then I looked into Draconic Evolution, and the first item I found was stupidly overpowered. So I was like, well, okay, alright, well, yep, I'll change that at some point. But there we go. So I got all my ores inside here. I've got a little bit of draconium dust, and I'll show you how to get that in a mo, plus all of these bits. We have my farmic stuff in here, and my ores in here. And the quarry has been going mental, which is great. Although we haven't got down to the golden layer yet, so I have to be a little bit careful with gold, but yeah, there we go. So this is a really simple setup. The stuff comes into the chests go down to the hoppers, they then get smelted up, pulverized, and there's pipes underneath that send them over that way. And for this side, this is the stuff that doesn't need pulverizing, because certain things don't need pulverizing, they go straight into the furnace. But around here is where all the magic happens, so you'll be able to see that we have our ender chest getting pulled out into here, where stuff gets sent their separate ways. One is for stuff that needs to be macerated, one is for stuff that doesn't need to be macerated, then we have stuff that is neither and just needs to go into the sorting system, which is these two tabs here. Nothing needs to happen to these, they just need to be placed where they need to be placed. So they go down that way, and you can see all the stuff kind of moving around here. This is our dump chest, so anything that's not in the system goes into here. And have I not put silver in there? Have I not done silver? Chances are I haven't. No. Silver can go in there as well then, I guess. Yeah, so we've got some abyssal stone, bees, salt. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with all this yet, but we'll hold on to it for now. Yeah. Power generation is done with lava once again, because it's a very easy source of power generation, works very nicely. And I set up one of these transfer nodes through extra utilities to power all of the bits. That's the reason I got the QEDs, because I wanted it to make this transfer node, because it's a lot better than using the Buildcraft pipes, albeit it's fairly more expensive to use, so... yeah, and when the stuff is done processing, it gets pulled out from underneath here, plus we have the 2 pipes that don't connect because we're using cobblestone and stone, and they don't connect together, being brought down into this chest, right here, and then it gets sorted again into the chest that it needs to go into. I use Buildcraft pipes because I really enjoy using Buildcraft pipes. I think they're very... they're very satisfying as far as visually, you know, they look cool, don't they? I love it. And the quartz pipes don't fit to the stone pipes, so you can have a decent system with stone, quartz, and cobblestone, and you don't have to worry about any of it connecting together like here and here, or here and here. You can see what I mean. And this chest here is pretty much for stuff that hasn't got somewhere to go. So lead and silver hasn't had a place to go. The chances are that's because it hasn't been given a place inside here. What have we got? Tin, iron, aluminium, copper, ferrous, uranium, yellorium, and shiny. So I'm going to need to put another output on this and bring it into the ingots chest. But that's easy enough because I can just assign one going underneath and then have an iron pipe going into this one. Yeah, I can have an iron pipe here that then sends it on its way into that one. So we'll do that at some point. But for now, they can all sit inside the chest that needs stuff to be processed. Chest. There we go. But yeah, so let me show you what I was talking about with this Draconic evolution, because I set all of this up and I was pretty proud of it. You know, it's an early game way of sorting all your stuff, and then I figured this out. We're going to need to go to the Nether, and while we're in the Nether, I would like to get a few bits. I've got some arrows, I've got some reinforced Invar stuff. I think we're in a fairly good standing to be doing this. I got 5 toast. I wonder if that's going to be enough. It should be. But, yeah. I want to get some ghast tears while we're here, if possible. And I wouldn't mind getting myself some bloodwood, because I like building with bloodwood. So that might be another thing that we can look into. But the main reason we're going here is because we're going to get ourselves some draconium ore. Yes, and I would like to kill some ghasts so that I can get some ghast tears, because I want to set up an enderman spawner as soon as possible. We need ghast tears to make the safari nets for the spawning device that I would like to use. Now, over this way is some draconian ore, and I mined some up there, but I left some here so that I could show you. This is pretty much just regular ore, but you need a diamond pickaxe to be able to mine it. We couldn't mine it before using the ruby one, I think we was using, but we do need a fairly decent amount of this. A lot of the stuff in Draconic Evolution uses this, and you need a pretty large amount of it. So I want to set up some spawners and things soon so that I can get some mob essence. As soon as I get mob essence, I can then start working on getting an auto enchanter, and then we should be able to get more from these. I don't know if they work via, you know, I don't know if they're affected through the luck enchant or the one that gives you more, but I think they should be. So if I can get a decent pick like that, then we should be pretty good. Let me just make sure that I've got this marked before we go any further and I get lost. No, I haven't. Okay, let me just quickly mark this place over here before we go too far and then I get totally lost. Let's do a little thing here, and we'll call it Nether Portal. There we go. Save. Good stuff. Alright, so let's go find ourselves some ghasts, and we shall get some ghast tears, and hopefully be able to get some more draconium ore. Now, the one thing that we're going to make that I said was majorly overpowered is the chest. It is expensive to a degree because we need draconium ore, and we also do need to spend some diamonds on it, and I haven't got a huge amount of diamonds at the minute. I will do eventually once we make our way further down, but for now, I haven't got a great amount of it. Are you going to attack me, or are you just flying around doing your thing? I think you're just flying around. There we go. Give me some of that lovely essence. Thank you very much, Lee. Ooh, a little bit of bloodwood. I'd like to grab some of this, if you don't mind. Just a little bit, because I like bloodwood. I would actually like to get a sapling, because with bloodwood we can set up some pretty funky farms. So. Come on, give me a sapling. They're pretty hard to get, but if we get one, it's going to be awesome. Come on. Come on. Give me that sapling. You're not going to do it, are you? Oh, there we go, we got it. And we got some redstone, good stuff. Yeah, so breaking these gives you a chance to get redstone. So I did it in Agrarian Skies ages ago. Was it Agrarian Skies? I think that's the name of it. Yeah, I did it in that ages ago. And you can basically set up a fully automatic redstone farm, which is pretty handy for certain things. You know, there's a couple of things in this that require redstone to run, and they make a huge amount. There's a dynamo in thermal expansion that you can use that runs off of redstone, and that makes a ridiculous amount of power, which is always handy. Oh man, I stepped on one of those, didn't I? Not finding a great deal of draconium ore, which is a little bit of a problemo, because I need a little bit more to show you what I would like to show you. Yes. Alright, I'm going to have a wander around, because we haven't got any ghasts spawning either, which is a bit of a worry. I'd like to see some ghasts. And I'll be back once I have a decent amount of draconium ore and some ghast tiers, and we'll start getting on our Botania together, and we'll also look at Draconic Evolution a little bit more. Alrighty then, I'm back from the nether, and I managed to get myself a little bit more draconium, but I didn't get any nether. I didn't get any ghast tiers. Don't know where I was going with that one then. Yeah, I managed to get a little bit more. I've got 22 bits of draconium. It does seem to be pretty hard to find, but hey, that's cool. There should be more than enough than what we need now. But before we get into that, and I show you this awesome chest that I keep going on about, you probably think, oh my god, it's only a chest. You wait, it's good. It's good. But we're going to get into Botania first. We're going to quickly set ourselves up, and then we're going to be ready to go. So first thing we're going to need to get ourselves a Lexica Botania. We're going to need our book, our guide, that's going to help us through Botania. Now, between this and the last time I played Botania, there have been some changes, and I'd like to go into those if possible. So Lexica Botania. Poof. So we can now start going into outer science, yes, which is very good. Gives us all of our basic mechanics, plus our manual manipulation and generating flora and functional flora. First thing we're going to want to do is make ourselves a pure daisy, which is going to be the first thing. I believe Botania now has most of its recipes in any eye. I think I had that put in. Yes, so we need 4 of you and that, and we also need to make ourselves a petal apothecary. So let's do that first. We need to get ourselves some cobble. And let's do these. There we go. And we're also going to need some petals. Let's just use you for the time being. And we'll craft this guy. I think it's that, and that, a little bit of this, and that. Yes. Very nice. Okie doke. So now that we've got this, let's put it... Let's pop it over here for the time being. Yeah, let's do that. And I'm also gonna make a little infinite water source around here. Now, you may be thinking my bags look a little bit different from the last episode. Well, you'd be right. They're brand new bags. I lost my bags. I made a satchel from thermal expansion and then totally forgot that they're completely balked at the minute. They just don't work. So I had to get myself some new bags because it ate everything. I put the 2 bags I had inside there because I made another Botania bag. That's why my experience is down, because I had to name so many bags. I put them both inside the satchel, as that's where you can put extra bags. And I opened the satchel again and they were gone. So I was like, oh, cheers, thank you for that. Just ate my bags, good times. So we're probably going to hang away from satchels until that's sorted out. But there we go. We've got ourselves some water. We're going to need that because we're going to, we're going to constantly be filling this guy up. So let's fill you up. And we're going to want to make a pure daisy. So we're going to need, I believe, 4 of the mystical white petals to get ourselves going. So let's get some of these out. There we go. Poof. And I'm going to want 1 more of these. Cool beans. And we're also going to need some seeds. So let's go get ourselves some seeds from inside here. There we go. Now, there's been some changes to Botania's early game. I would generally go straight to a Endo Flame, but they've been changed around now, and they're a little bit later game. You need to get into runes before you can do that. So we're probably going to go with some basic generating flora to get ourselves going, producing a bit of mana, and then we'll look into some of the other forms, because now we can produce mana with, like, slimes and things. There's a fairly decent amount of flowers that have been added that have changed it around a tandem, so... pretty excited about that. There we go. So we've got 1, And we've got 2. Good stuff. Let's put these around here, I think. So we'll have 1 here. Oh, I need to get some grass. There we go. Let's put 1 here. And we'll have another 1 here. And then we'll be able to start making the blocks that we need to get anywhere in Botania. So, grab you. Oh, no. Go on. Get in the hole. There we go. So you do, and you. And now we can give it some stone for one of them, so we can make some living rock. And some wood for the other one, so we can make some living wood. There we go. We'll use jungle wood for that one. And I think I cooked up some stone, yeah. I'm prepared. I knew what I was doing. Preparation is key to success. There we go. So let's put you down like that. Poof. And you guys down like that. Very nice. Cool beans. So that's going to take a minute to do its thing there. We're going to want to start producing some mana. So we're probably going to want to go with something like a... Probably day blooms. I use these all the time, but you know, for early game mana, you can't really beat them. So we need 2 yellow, orange, and a light blue. So let's get these out. So we're going to need, we'll get 4 of you because we're going to make a couple of these. So we'll have 2 of those. We'll have the light blue. And what was the last one? It was orange. Okie doke. And an orange. Cool stuff. So we've got those. Let's double up again, because why not? We might as well make a few of these. So I've used and use. And that. And that. And that. Cool, cool. So that allows us to make 4 of those, which is going to come in very handy. So let's do that. So we want 1 of you. 1 of you. 1 of you. I've already messed this up. Another 1 of you. And that. Hey, there we go. I was worried that I totally forgot. Oh, look, our block's turning around now. Good stuff. So that allows us to make a little bit of basic mana storage for us. Let's get another one on the go. So we need another 2 of you. A little bit of this. A little bit of that. And a seed. Cool, cool. Let's do it a couple more times. And our seeds. And 1 more time. I'm going to probably make a few more of these between this and the next episode so that we produce mana a little bit quicker. That's the word I was looking for. Plus, I'm probably going to make some nightshades as well, because they're going to allow us to make a little bit of power during the evening, which is always very handy. So now we've got those, we're going to want to make ourselves a couple of things. We're going to want a place to store our mana and a place to send our mana. Plus, we're also going to want to go ahead and make a wand of the forest so that we can read how much mana we have inside our mana storage devices. Yes. Let's get a few more of these going, because we're going to want a decent amount of this. Like I say, this isn't going to be here for a long time, because once I get my Mistcraft Age for mana production and all that good stuff up and running, we'll be using that. But for now, this will do the trick. So we're going to want to make ourselves, let's go find a crafting table. Couple of things. First things first, we're going to want to make ourselves a way to store our mana, so we'll have a diluted mana pool. And we're also going to want a place to send our mana, so we're going to use you. But I think first we're going to make a wand of the forest. So let's get a few of these guys. I think I need 3. Yeah, I do. I need 3. Alright, let's get 1 more. And as far as the colours of our wand of the forest go, let's go with magenta. And we'll have red. No, light blue. Just 2 random colours. We'll go with that. So we'll do you, and some of this, and some of that, and poof. 1 wand of the forest. Very nice. We need a little bit more living wood, but I can get myself some gold. Where are you chilling? There we go. A little bit of gold. Plus, we've already got a petal spare, which is great. So that should do that for us. I just need a little bit more living wood before I can do this. Now, this is going to make mana really fast, but there are a few things that we can use nowadays to make mana a little bit easier to get hold of. The day bloom and such are those ones. The it's easier if I do it in here, to be honest. So like Botania. Here we go. So what I would normally use is the Exo Flame, which eats up any type of combustible fuel that you throw at it, but that now requires runes, so we're not going to be going to that straight away. But there are a few other things that can give us a helping hand, which are kind of cheap. I really like the idea of the Slimus, which I think eats slimes, or it eats slimes when they die, or something like that. I really like the idea of that. That's cool. So maybe we'll look into that. I want to do some Kekimura stuff because that's pretty fun, and there are a few other things that I've seen that I would like to play with as well. I really like the idea of the Medumone. 'Twas Hades all along. I don't actually know what that does, but I need to look into that one. The Clayconia makes clay. So there's a few things that we can be playing with for making mana. But I would like to go down the route of trying to, you know, stick to Botania stuff for Botania. I think once you start using other mods, you know, it kind of takes the fun out of it then, doesn't it? So we're probably going to go down the route of automating Botania with Botania. Or maybe, you know, a few other bits and bobs from droppers and whatnot. But, yeah. There we go. So this will allow us to make our way of transferring mana. So I will grab you, and we'll have a little bit of you, and you. Boom, 1 mana spreader. Very nice. And we should be ready to start producing some mana. Let's quickly have a sleep, though, so that we can actually do this. Otherwise we're not going to get very far without any nightshades during the night. So we'll pop you probably round here, I think. So let's have our first diluted mana pool on top of here, and then we'll have our mana spreader kind of around here somewhere. Let's do you there, and we'll have our day blooms. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Cool. And these should be now connected to this guy. Yeah, brilliant. And these are going to be making mana for us. We can see that we're getting a little bit of mana going into our mana spreader. Not a great deal. Day blooms are pretty ineffective, but they do get us going. And once we have enough mana to be able to make some runes, we'll start making some better generating flora so that we can generate mana faster, which is exactly what we need to do. Let's get this guy facing the right direction. Come on. Do your thing. Come on. Do it. Face the pool. Face the pool. There we go. Boom. Cool stuff. Brilliant. So that's going to do that for us. And now we should start getting mana in there once he's got enough in him. It's going to take a little bit of time. I really like how it's not the font, but I like how the colours of the text in Botania have all been changed. It's so much easier to read everything now. Before, it was kind of a little bit faded, and now you can see that it's very bright and vivid and easy to see, which is great. So, yeah. I'm going to leave that for a little while, and as that gets more mana, it will start shooting its mana into the pool, and once we get enough mana in the pool, we can exchange this diluted mana pool for a regular mana pool and start producing mana. There we go. Just got our first little bit in there. Brilliant. Alright, so let me show you this chest that I've been talking about from Draconic Evolution. It's super, super cool. Now, I made myself 2 of these gold chests, and this is pretty much the early game for Draconic Evolution. Most of it is, like, past killing the Wither. That's when you can really start the mod. At the minute, we can't really start it, but we can make a few things from it. So I'm going to use these gold chests. Now, we're also going to need some diamonds. This is going to cost me some diamonds, but that's fine, because with our quarry, we'll get a buttload back later on. We're going to need our draconium, and we're also going to need some iron. So let's grab you. Cool beans. So it should be this. Now, what we can do is we can take iron and we can add draconium dust around it to get draconium blend. And we're going to need a fairly decent amount of this, so I'm going to make a few of these. I'm going to need 8, I think, and each draconium blend gives us 2 draconium ingots. So we're going to need 2 more. There we go. And the rest of this, I'll show you something else. So with this, we can smelt it up, and this will give us draconium ore. I'm going to need to change these gold chests into obsidian chests, I believe. So let me double check inside here. So Draconic Evolution. Yes, I need obsidian chest. So we need a diamond chest. So it's not cheap. It's not cheap at all, but it is very cool. So we'll grab you while that's doing that, and let's make these 2. So that, and I believe it's diamonds plus glass. There we go. And we need some obsidian. So we'll grab you from there. And I think I have a little bit more downstairs. Let's have a little look, see if I've got some more down here. So we need a little bit more so we can make these chests. Oh my god, I've got a load of abyssal stone. And I haven't put gold into this. I've so messed this up. I've put all these ores around here, but I've missed out some of the most major ores. There we go. Cool, cool. I'm going to need to make some more lines in soon, but that's fine. That doesn't take long. Plus the sapphires. How did I miss sapphires as well? It's insane. We've got one bit. So we've got 12. We're going to need a little bit more than that. So, did I make one? That's fine, I guess. Take some lava. Take this upstairs. And we'll make a little bit more with you. Cool, cool. Where's my crescent hammer? And, whew, look at that. How cool is that? I love it. That should be going in there and making us some obsidian. Very nice. Cool beans. So while it's doing that, let's make our first obsidian chest. So we're going to use a little bit of you and some of that. That's going to give us one obsidian chest. I need 3 more bits of this. There we go. It's 2 more. And 3 more. Cool, cool. And we're also going to need a power source in a minute as well. You probably said power source? Why do you need a power source for a chest? Well, just you wait. So we got our obsidian chest, which is great. Let's get some of this stuff thrown away, because I don't need all of this at the minute. There we go. And you can go into the tools. What do we got? Wander the forest, Lexica Botania, bucket. Yeah. And you. Okie dokie. So, now that we've got our chest, we need to make ourselves a Draconic core. The core crafting component for Draconic evolution can be used to stabilize mob spawners. How cool is that? We can actually take mob spawners with Draconic cores. But we can do this. So we need another diamond, and we need 4 bits of gold. You're probably saying, this is one expensive chest. Believe me, it is. But it is well worth it. And that is if you're not using applied energistics. But pretend that mod doesn't exist. So, we'll grab you. And I'm also going to want my Draconic ingots. And we're going to put you together. So, it's a little bit of that with this. Of course, they're the wrong way around. They always are. There we go. Gives me my Draconic core. Now, we're also going to need a furnace. So, let's make a furnace. There we go. And I think the last one is a crafting table. Yeah, crafting table as well. So let's get one of those. Have I got a... I haven't got a crafting table spare. Wow. Alright. I just made a chest. I do that every time. Every time I go to make one, I make a chest. Seriously, I've done it in like pretty much every other series. It's insane. There we go. So, let's go ahead and make one of this. A Draconic chest. Shift right click with an empty hand to access color options. So we can add color options as well, which is pretty cool. So, this guy is mega powerful. And it can pretty much do everything that this whole system can do here, just in this chest. I know, right? And it's amazing. So let me show you how this works. I'm going to get myself some power cables from upstairs, because we are going to need to power this. And it does need a fairly decent amount of power, so we'll use you. And trying to think of a good way to show how this is going to work. But I think I've got it under wraps. So let's pop you here. Let's put you... I can put you right there, couldn't I? Yeah, there we go. And check this out. That's a chest. That's a pretty big chest. And you're probably thinking, what's all this stuff down here do? This is where the chest gets amazing. So first thing, we have a crafting table. So we can craft in here, which is great. You know, it's cool to have an additional crafting table whenever we look in our chest. But the really cool thing is this bit down here. So this is an inbuilt furnace into the chest that runs off of RF. But it's not just a furnace. When I first started playing with it, I thought, oh, you know, that's kind of cool. It's got a furnace in it. That's great. Nope. It's much better than just a furnace. Let me find something that we can furnace up. Gold ore is a perfect example. Actually, I'm going to take more of that because I'd like to show you the extra utilities thing in a minute as well. So, down here, we've got a few options. So we can keep the current stacks full. So we can make sure we've always got a stack of something in it, which is good. We've also got only pulled the currently smelting items from the inventory, which is what we want. And we will pull any smeltable items from the inventory. So up here, I can put anything inside here. like this. Which is cool, you know, it's just going to sit in there as a chest. But with this, anything that I put in there can be smelted, will be smelted. So if I put some gold in there, and give it a second, it's going to go ahead and it will take the stuff from here and pop it down here. I think I need to, one of these does it. Was it lock? Only pool currently smelting. Oh, that's the one, isn't it? Yeah. Click that one. And poof. And 2 ingots. Yeah, it's got an inbuilt macerator as well. How good is that? So we don't even have to go ahead and mess around with pulverizers. We just pop the ore in there, make sure that all is set, and poof, there we go. We can put some more in there if we like. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. See? Boom. 18 ingots worth. Absolutely insane. And it fills up with a monstrous amount of RF. You're going to find that a lot of stuff in the Draconic Evolution requires RF to run. It's like a kind of magical, powery RF mod. But the power usages in it are very high. But the storage in it is amazingly high. Like, we're talking billions of RF. Storage worth. It's insane. And we're nowhere near being able to make any of the stuff that can do that yet. But when we do, your jaws will drop when you see some of these things that we have to make. So yes, but there we go. So that's how we do that. That allows us to make all of this good stuff. We've got a crafting table, we've got a smelter, and you think you could just have a pipe going from your quarry into the Draconic chest, and you could have items instantly smelted away, sent into here, pipe back out, and boom. That's this whole system in one block. It's amazing. I love it. Absolutely love it. Some of you are probably still thinking, you know what, it's just a chest that you can smelt stuff in and craft in, but that is pretty cool. And I love that it has an inbuilt, like, pulverizer built into it as well. And it will keep smelting around as well. So if we put something in there that can be smelted twice, it will go ahead and do that. Like graphite from the reactors mod, big reactors. If we put wood in there, or an oak wood, it will take the wood, smelt the wood into charcoal, put it back, take it again, smelt it into graphite. So it will just keep circling round. So if you've got anything that needs smelting multiple times, you can use those chests. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'm probably going to replace a lot of these chests that are here with all of that stuff, and I'll turn off the smelting options in a couple of them because I don't want all of this turned into graphite or anything like that. So yes, but there is that one. Now the last thing that I wanted to show you before we finish up today was the QED Quantum Ender device. So this allows us to make specific items from extra utilities. If we have a look inside here, it's not amazingly expensive, but it did cost me a fair few ender pearls. So you need to make a diamond etched computational matrix, which is diamonds, burnt quartz, and an ender infused obsidian. And that is pretty much the most expensive part of it out of the way. After that, it's just some ender infused with some eyes of ender. Then you have to make some ender flux crystals. You only need one of these, but the more that you make, the faster it goes. So it doesn't run off of power, but it does require something for it to work, and it requires these flux crystals, these ender flux crystals. So I've got 3, and that's pretty much because I started running out of ender pearls, and I don't want to use all my ender pearls just yet, because I'd like to get myself an enderman spawner, probably between this and the next episode, or I might do it in the next episode, but yeah. So this is the thing for it. We can click on here and see the recipes. So I use this specifically to make the transfer nodes, which look like this now, and you can only make them in the QED. Once I've got my bedrockium, which I actually think I have enough stuff now to make bedrockium, although I need a little bit more on the diamond side, because we need a block of diamond for every bedrockium ingot that we make, so it's pretty expensive stuff. But that with 4 of those gives us our hyper energy transfer node. So we're pretty much never going to, once we get onto those, we're pretty much sorted for any type of energy management. Plus we can wirelessly send stuff as well. We can make ender markers, ender quarry upgrades, and we can do some smelting in here as well, which is pretty cool. So that's why I'm probably going to show you in a second. Plus we can make the magnum torches to be able to stop stuff from spawning. So let me show you how this works. Let's go upstairs and grab ourselves a piece of ore. Let's go find some. A little bit over here. I think I stripped all of that out. Yes, but we have got... Aha, here we go. Let's get you. Cool beans. The main thing that I like about this is that more of the ender nodes that you get, the faster it functions. So if you have a load of them, you can actually get this working fairly fast, and not only does it double your ore, but it triples your ore. So we can take you, and we can pop you in there. There we go. And and you get this cool sound. The things will light up. You start seeing these endery things going around, and they are actually kind of going towards that. If I get rid of this, you'll be able to see that a little bit better, but yeah, there's that. And once that's done, like I say, it does take a little bit of time because I'm only using 3. You know, you generally want a fair few more of these, but at the minute I'm under the constraint of not having many ender pearls. So once I get more of those and get enderman setup done, that's why I wanted that. That's why I wanted some gas tiers, so that I could make myself a reusable safari net, so I could find the next guy, the next enderman, and turn him into a spawner. But yeah, there we go. 3 copper ingots. How cool is that? So with that, and in conjunction with our Draconic chest, we're pretty much sorted for any type of smelting that we're ever going to need to do. So I might end up changing all this around, but for now, I'm pretty happy with the way this is all set up. I'm doubtful that I'm going to do much more tech stuff around here, because I want to save it for the next place that we're going to be going to, and that's all done inside here. Yes, but I don't want to show you it just yet because I haven't finished on it. It's starting to get there. At the minute, it just looks like a total mess, but I'll show it probably in the next episode. It's going to be pretty cool. And we've already got a little bit of banner in here. Good stuff. Alright guys, well that's going to be that for today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. We started on our Botania, which is good because that's going to allow us to have a fair few awesome early game items that are going to help us out a fair tad. I'm working on setting up my age for mechanical gizmos, so that will probably be ready maybe by the next episode. I don't know. I need a lot of iron to make what I'm doing in there. And I want to try and fight the Wither as soon as possible, because as soon as we get the Wither done, I can start progressing through Draconic Evolution, and that has some really powerful stuff in it. So yeah, we're going to probably try and do that as soon as possible. I might make some more Botania stuff to get some power faster, some mana faster, and then get some Botania armor, and then we might take a trip to kill the Wither and get it out of the way as soon as possible. That's my plan. And I just remembered before we finish up today's episode that I did a little bit of a bad. You don't want to have these guys so close together. You want to make sure that they're at least a little bit spaced out. So we'll put that guy there. If you have those little lines between them, it means they're too close together. You want kind of a checkerboard style of flowers, and I totally forgot that. So yeah, I would have got yelled at if I left that, so I thought I would fix that very soon. But now they're like this, you'll see that there's no lines connecting them together. I did also, down here, put my Draconic chest in here where the ores were. Now, it's not getting powered, so it's kind of, you know, it's not really doing what it should be doing. But just for the sake of it looking awesome, check that out. That's so cool. So much space. It's amazing. And all of these tabs and things. I'm in love with this chest. Yep, that's it. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. We've done a fair bit. I'll see you soon in the next one. Have yourself a great day. Have a good one, as always. And bye-bye.